Hi, this is Kamera. My first few minutes with God, day number 269, Nehemiah chapter 1 through chapter 5. Nehemiah's memoirs. The 12th year of Artaxerxes' reign, Nehemiah, he inquires of his brother the condition of Jerusalem. He's told that the walls are torn down, the gates are destroyed by fire. Nehemiah is affected by this and he's mourning. He's in mourning, he's fasting, and he's praying to God. Nehemiah, he was the king's cupbearer. So the king noticed how sad Nehemiah was and he inquired. And so Nehemiah, he shares his concerns for Jerusalem. Then he asked the king to allow him or to send him to Jerusalem to rebuild the city. The king, with the queen present, inquires, how long do you need to be there, Nehemiah? And so Nehemiah, he tells him, and the king, he allows him to go to Jerusalem. Nehemiah, note this though, every time Nehemiah got ready to talk to the king, he prayed first. Nehemiah, he requested letters from the king, for safe travel, safe passage, and also letters for building material. This material is for the temple, the city walls, and for his own house. So the king, he granted his request because scripture says God's gracious hand was on Nehemiah. The king also sent officers and horsemen for protection for Nehemiah. When Nehemiah arrived, he was not well received by Sanballat and Tobias, the officials. During the night, Nehemiah, he slipped out to inspect the wall. The city officials, no one knew why Nehemiah was there in Jerusalem. They didn't even know that he had slipped out. Later, Nehemiah, he met with the leaders of Israel, and he told them that, you're aware of Jerusalem's condition, is lying in ruins, and he tells them, let's rebuild the wall of Jerusalem. Let's end this disgrace. Nehemiah tells them about God's favor, and they reply, let's rebuild the wall. Sanballat and Tobiah, they did not like this. They did all they could to disrupt them. Scripture shows how they built this wall, how not one single person built this wall. You had different people, different families, different people building sections of the wall. It was really nice. I'm not going to go over that, but it's awesome to read. Sanballat, he flew into a rage and he mocked the Jews. Tobiah, he stood right next to him in agreement, and he said a few words too. Nehemiah and the people, they prayed, God, deal with them and help us to succeed. So their enemies, the enemies of Israel, they were actually angry, furious when they saw that the wall was being repaired. They made plans to fight against Israel. Israel prayed. They prayed and they guarded the city day and night. Nehemiah encouraged the people not to be afraid. Remember the Lord who fights for us. All the builders, they were armed. There were times where half worked and the other half of the people guarded. But they always carried weapons. Even when they went to get water, no matter where they went, they carried weapons. It was just that serious. But there you have it, guys. That's day number 269, Nehemiah chapter 1 through chapter 5. You have a God-filled blessed day.